be some hold-up even yet because the band is still on the field. And now they're moving off. So it takes some time to get a match underway here in France.
I guess Grant once again was sort of running on French time.
There's a key man on the All Black side, John Kirwan. On the right wing side, he'll be clashing with Marc Andrieux. And away we go in the first test match here in Toulouse with Kieran Crowley starting for the All Blacks. Taken in by Champ for France, 10 metres out from the 22. Well delivered to Berbizier, back to Jean-Patrick Lescabura. That's a poor kick. Kieran Crowley has plenty of room to move. This will come down about the 10-metre line of French territory. Grabbed by Salah, strong tackle there by Arthur Stone, right in centre field. Again there for Berbizier, Lescabura. This is Blanco. And that's a fine kick by Blanco. So straight away the French swing on to attack. Quick throw in by the All Blacks. Good thinking by Craig Green. But Steve Strydom has blown the whistle. And as he allowed the throw in, I think he possibly said it didn't go 5 metres. Let's just have a look at some of these players for you on the line-out. The French are very tall at the back. Number 6, Eric Champ. In front of him, number 8 is Alain Caminati, the man in his second test match. And once again, the French are using the tactic of the halfback throwing the ball into the line-out. Now, the referees changed the decision, and of course we have the scrum. So obviously the throw-in by Craig Green wasn't allowed. Well, first tight head for the All Blacks. Very good scrum indeed. Kirk with the kick. And that's a fine start by the New Zealand scrum.
No, they couldn't have wished for a better start in the scrumming, Grant.
So this line out, that's halfway just to the left. So this line out 5 metres in French territory. Jock Hobbs at the back of the line-up for the All Blacks. Good jump by Laurier, untidy though for Dubroca. And that's the problem the French have. They have their hooker standing in a half-back position from the line-outs. The All Blacks have called for a short line-out here, leaving Murray Pearce and Mike Brewer with Gary Wetton standing in at half-back. So on the 10-metre line of French territory. Oh, lovely jump by Wetton, but he left the ball behind. Referee has the arm extended in French favour. Lescabura looking for his 22. Jean-Patrick Lescabura, the man who was under a real cloud a couple of days ago for this test match. Standing outside him is Philippe Salah. That's the halfway line for this next line-out. The All Blacks this time have a full line-out with Fitzpatrick to throw. Good ball for the All Blacks. Boddicker, first time he's touched it. This will come down just out from the 22. Stone up there for the All Blacks. Wayne Shelford almost had it. Right on the 22. Lost forward though by the All Blacks. Arthur Stone bursting towards the line. Just the second scrum of the match. The All Blacks made a very good start. John Drake on this tight head side for the All Blacks against Schabowski. And the All Blacks have been penalised. Pushing over the mark. Lescabura. So Steve Strydom is not interested in scrums that move over the mark or collapse. No score so far in the game. Sean Fitzpatrick for the All Blacks. Murray Pearce, or Gary Whitner was got a hand to it. Now Bodicap to Stone. Andrieux rather half-heartedly. Kieran Crowley in good position, has support from Bodicap. Well worked by those two, and that's a powerful kick by Frano Bodicap. And our first chance really to see the players across on this side of the field. There's Sean Fitzpatrick. 5 minutes gone, no score in the game. And the French persisting with the tactic which we've seen from them in recent years of using their halfback to feed the line out. Mike Brewer against Eric Shaw. Here's Murray Pearce. He has support either way. Released it to Gary Whitten. Arthur Stone there. 15 metres out the All Blacks. They'll need it quickly. Kirk to Bodicap. Here's Stanley. Craig Green. Stanley again. 5 metres out the All Blacks. Berbizier to Dubroca. And the French hold the All Blacks out, but only just.
Excellent support play up the middle there by the two locks, Grant. Just a little unlucky not to finish it off in the corner.
So the All Blacks have had the better of the play in the first 6 or 7 minutes. They're just 7 or 8 metres out. Sean Fitzpatrick. Good leap again by Brewer. More ball for the All Blacks. Bodicap to Stone. Here's John Kerwin. Stone has it again though. Good strong play by Arthur Stone. The forwards supporting well. There it is for Kirk. Bodicap. Green is well held. Gary Whitten was there, but it went forward. Well, the All Blacks certainly hammering away in the early stages. There's an injury in the All Black backline. It's Arthur Stone who's gone down, and he certainly figured very prominently in the last couple of minutes. But a very promising start, Michael, by this All Black side.
Territorial advantage, converting this into points on the board.
Looks like an ankle injury, Arthur Stone, but back into position now. Important scrum, this one for France. They're only 12 metres from their own line, already having conceded a tight hit in the game. Oh, another big scrum from the All Blacks. Carminati holding it. Telescabura. I think we'll see a lot of Lescabura's boot today. Seems to be the way these days in French rugby, with their marvellous backs largely left alone. More ball for the All Blacks. They've had plenty. Stone again through the first tackle. Good support from Kirk. Bodicap. Blanco's outside his 22. Oh, he did it well. Not out though. Crowley kept it nicely in play. Carminati. Strong. And Kieran Crowley is down, and he doesn't look too well, Kieran Crowley. With Eric Shaw. This line out, 10 metres out from the 22. Oh, good take by Murray Pearce. Bodicap to Stone. Good support from Fitzpatrick. The All Blacks going backwards. That's a good run though by Sean Fitzpatrick. The tackling though is solid. Still no score on the game. Plenty of movement though in the first 8 or 9 minutes.
The French loose forwards getting up very quickly on the centres at the moment, Grant.
Once again, the French looking to the back of the line out where Short wins it. Bebizier looked as he knocked it on just slightly. John Kerwin inside the 22. The ground just a little bit on the soft side. Very heavy dews here, and there's been no wind at all to dry the ground out. Bebizier, 15 metres out from the All Black 22. Good leap by Rodriguez that time. Bebizier, Leskabura, still no sign of using the backs. Coming down just out from the 22, controlled by Hobbs, back to David Kirk. This won't find touch. Blanco. Serge Blanco missing touch on that occasion, but he's a real danger man for the All Blacks. Another injury as the All Blacks retire into a little huddle. He demanded play to continue. Tubrocka trying to take it in, but it was knocked forward. The All Blacks have done well on the set pieces so far in the match. "12 minutes gone in the game, still no score." John Drake on the tight head side for the All Blacks, not prepared to go down until the All Blacks scrum is set. Well, the crowd don't like it, but that time it was the French who were pushing forward over the mark. Kieran Crowley coming forward. He looks recovered now from that very hard knock he took 3 or 4 minutes ago. French still playing with 14 men. Blanco is still off the field. There's Alain Lorieux jumping at number 2 in the line-out. Wayne Shelford, in fact, has come forward. Steve McDowell standing in the front of the line-out for the All Blacks. That's the 10-metre line just to the right in French territory. Blanco is back on the field. Bebizier pushing and shoving at the back, and it wasn't thrown in straight, but there's plenty of pushing going on at the back of the line out there. Eight metres in French territory. Once again, the French trying to put the scrum down before the All Blacks are ready. Tight head apiece now. One for Dubrocka this time. And the All Blacks have been penalised. And David Kirk, I think, is the man who's been sorted out by the referee.
It was actually Bebizier that knocked it out of David's hand in the scrum then.
Here's Bonival having a run. First time I've seen the French backs in action. And it was knocked on by Bonival. That's the halfway line. Just to the right. About 20 metres in from touch. Well, the scrums really are a shambles in the first 13 or 14 minutes. That's a better one from the All Blacks. Shelford to Kirk. Oh, Craig Green. Got away from Carminati. Looked to be knocked forward by Murray Pearce. But a nicely worked move by the All Blacks, and Craig Green on the burst. Bebizier on his own 10-metre line. Scrum will have to be set again. Still no score in the game. Good strong scrum by the All Blacks. Steve McDowell getting the better that time of Gunaway. But the French still controlling it. But the All Blacks are penalised. Les Kabura will look for the touchline on his right. A big punt, but not finding touch. Green finds Crowley 5 metres out from his own line. And that's a good kick by Kieran Crowley, who now looks fully recovered. "15 minutes gone in the game, no score. The All Blacks have looked more likely than the French to score. Good leap that time by Jean Condom. French appear to be controlling it. Good control play, but they lost control of it as soon as they went to ground. Gary Wetton grabbed it for the All Blacks. Whistle's gone though. Berbizier for France. Rodriguez is trying to pick it up, and he knocked it on. A lack of communication there between the number 8 forward Caminati and Laurent Rodriguez coming round. And now the All Blacks have the put into the scrum. The scrum is a real problem at the moment. A much better one from the All Blacks. Not a good pass though from Kirk. Joe Stanley it was who picked it up, and that's a good kick by Joe Stanley, driving the French back into their own territory. When the French throw the ball in, the All Blacks have pushed Wayne Shelford right up to number 2 in the line-out. Gary Wetton comes in behind him. There's Laurier, Condom. Again looking for Eric Champ. That wasn't thrown in straight. Steve Strider wasn't really in line to make that decision either. An exchange of blows there. And it's very physical in the first 15 or so minutes of this match. David Kirk to feed a metre on the French side of halfway. Coming on the All Black side. Well, the referee let that one go for some time. The ball was sitting in the All Black scrum, and then he finally decided to blow the whistle. Well, the scrums, Michael, are a real problem at the moment.
Yeah, they're tending to degenerate into a real shambles at the moment, with both teams, you know, probably equally at fault.
Wayne Shelford to Kirk. Nice little kick through by David Kirk. Blanco keeps it in play, and his kick may drift out on the full. Indeed it has. So back we go to just out from the French 22. The All Blacks again call for the short line out with Pearce, Brewer and Wetton involved. Gary Wetton got it that time. Well worked by the All Blacks. Murray Pearce was tackled before he got the ball. Well, Murray Pearce never got a hand on the ball, and he was tackled solidly by a Frenchman. The All Blacks simply refusing to go down until they're ready, until the scrum is set. Berbizier for France. Well, the referee dished out a penalty in the first minute or so for a scrum infringement. He's been reluctant to do so since. Finally, it's in from Berbizier, and it's a free kick to the All Blacks. So a possible opportunity here for a drop kick. Kieran Crowley is a long way back, so possibly Frano Bodicka. Forwards lining on the 22. Bodicka set for the drop kick. Oh, he hit it well. Jaw hit the post. So a fine effort by Frano Bodicka. Still 0-0 though. Here it is again. Frano Bodicka hit it well. He was under a fair bit of pressure. And just look as it glances off the right-hand upright. This is Kieran Crowley towards the 10-metre line in All Black territory. Carminati waits, the new man. He didn't turn very well, Carminati. The All Blacks, in fact, have turned him. The All Blacks are moving forward, and they should get the put in here. Well, that shows some inexperience from the new player. The crowd thinks it's great that he still got the ball, but really, it was not good play. He turned towards the All Blacks and got pushed back. Now the All Blacks have another injury. It's Kieran Crowley who's gone down again, and one would suspect good attacking position here for the All Blacks. Kirk held in the back by Shelford. Pressure here on Serge Blanco. Good challenge by David Kirk. Might have been knocked forward by Jock Hobbs though as he came through. They're busy here. Well, it's almost inevitable. The scrum again collapsing. Much better scrum this time from the French. David Kirk ready to charge. I think he'll be offside. And that's the ruling from the referee. Les Gabura with the penalty. That's not a particularly good kick. Murray Pearce jumping at number 2. He's removed the headband. The man against him is Laurier. Is Gary Wetton. He's at number 3 for the All Blacks. Good leak by Carminati, but pressure on Babizier. Got it well back to Andrieux on the left wing side. And that's a useful kick by Marc Andrieux. Man playing today his 4th international. Scored a try against Romania 2 weeks ago. The collar on Sean Fitzpatrick's jersey has turned red. I suspect coming from Murray Pearce, who has a cut above his right eye. Fitzpatrick, good strong run by the All Black hooker. Man who's played very well indeed on this tour, Sean Fitzpatrick. And kept Hicka Reid, of course, out of this side. Once again, you can see Steve McDowell, and behind him, Wayne Shelford. So again, the All Blacks pushing Shelford forward. Brewer has gone right to the back to oppose Shaw. Good leap by Shaw. The All Blacks have a few problems deep in the line-out. This is Crowley. Could open up here for the All Blacks. There's not too many Frenchmen around. This is David Kirk to Kerwin. Plenty of support here. Just out from the 22. Plenty of Frenchmen streaming across as John Kerwin made the burst. Let's have a look at it again. The initial break from Crowley. Kirk was there, then Kerwin. And that's a pretty feeble tackle on John Kerwin. And one could possibly argue that he should have released the ball in field. Look at the support, 3 or 4 players, but John Kerwin just hanging on perhaps a moment too long. And the support was overwhelmed. Good leap by Carminati. Blanco. Oh, he's mishit this one. Straight into centre field. Crowley with a drop kick. Hits it well. Oh, that's a marvellous drop kick. Superb kick by Kieran Crowley, and the All Blacks in front. Here's Kieran Crowley. There's the halfway mark just behind him, and he really struck it well, and it sailed between the posts, and the All Blacks have first blood in the Test match. Well, that's a real confidence booster for Kieran Crowley, who's been struggling a bit in the match after that very heavy knock in the first 5 minutes. Les Gabura with the restart, and it almost went out, almost went dead on the full, which would have resulted in a scrum back at halfway. In fact, that's going to be the ruling of Steve Strider, but I'm sure that it didn't go dead on the full. But I don't suppose the All Blacks will be arguing, Michael.
No, very good start. You know, it's good to get first blood. Horrible sort of miss kick by Blanco there.
David Kirk again under a wee bit of pressure. Crowley. Crowd thought he knocked it on. The referee said he didn't. Joe Stanley. This is for Craig Green to chase onto. Eric Bonival. Good tackle by Craig Green. 25 minutes gone in the game. The All Blacks with a drop goal by Crowley lead by 3 points to 0. Again, David Kirk having to run back. Craig Green, he's got through a few tackles. Fitzpatrick supporting well. Just 5 metres from the 22. Good New Zealand rucking, not appreciated by the crowd. Whistle's gone though. Frenchman has been left on the Sean Fitzpatrick was very angry. John Drake is down. Obviously something went on there in the front row.
It looked like a little bit of headbutting from here.
David Kirk, 5 metres out from the 22. Good shove by the French, and one gets the impression it could be a real bust-up here any moment. Daniel Dubrock are doing some pointing. Once again, the scrum, 5 metres out from the 22. Wayne Shelford trying to burst on for the All Blacks, and across the touchline. That's the 22-metre line of French territory. 3 points to 0, the All Blacks lead. Bebizier. Bebizier comes away with it. This is Bonival. Andrieux. John Kerwin is too strong though. The All Blacks swarming in. And the penalty against Arthur Stone. Played it on the ground. So the French at least using their backs, but rather sparingly. And I think their minds possibly go back to Christchurch a few months ago when they were absolutely annihilated in centre field by the tackling of Stanley and Stone. And they're perhaps a little gun-shy out in centre field. So this line out is on the 10-metre line in All Black territory. Wayne Shelford has dropped back to the middle of the line out now for the All Blacks. Murray Pearce has come up to the front. Again, Carminati, but there was some pushing going on. This time it's against France.
Good to see the referees finally noticed a little bit of obstruction in the line-out, which has been happening every line-out.
This is David Kirk now. The All Blacks swarming onto it. It'll come down about the 10-metre line. Shaw, controlled by Murray Pearce. Here's Steve McDowell. Good strong run by the All Black prop forward. Held the ball up for the forwards. Still controlling it. All Blacks not able to hook it back though. You might be able to see the boot there. Mike Brewer is the man who's lost it. Now one of the All Blacks may have to feign an injury here. Sure enough, looks like David Kirk's the man down. Yeah, through quickly. Boddicker. Good support from Brewer. Kirk to Stone. Another drop kick from Arthur Stone this time. He's hit it well. Oh, that's another drop kick. Arthur Stone this time. And the All Blacks now lead by 6 points to 0.
Good recovery by the loose forwards there, making good use of a bad situation. And 3 points.
Well, it came from the All Blacks scrum being disrupted, or David Kirk being disrupted. It was nicely taken in by Boddicker, but look for Brewer to get there, Mike Brewer, and he really was the essence of this move, and he set it up nicely. Arthur Stone in good position, and bang, away it goes again. And that's 2 drop goals now for the All Blacks, and they lead by 6 points to 0.
Well, playing with Arthur, with Waikato.
New players involved, Kieran Crowley and Arthur Stone. Quick kick-off taken, Beto. French are dangerous in this situation. Play opens up for them. Blanco. 10 metres out. Lost forward by Blanco. And the All Blacks just caught napping a little. Wee bit lucky to get out of it. Important scrum here for the All Blacks. Holding well. Shelford controlling. Kirk to Boddicker. Good strong punt by Frano Boddicker. Oh, that's an excellent clearance. Right down to halfway. All Blacks leading by 6 points to 0. Drop kicks by Kieran Crowley and Arthur Stone. Wayne Shelford. Here's John Drake. Wayne Shelford still up at number 2 in the line-out. Murray Pearce has dropped right back towards the back. Laurier went high to Brocker and Fitzpatrick, and again the boot goes in. Sean Fitzpatrick looks at the touch judge. Steve McDowell is penalised for not engaging in the scrum, and we may just have the first shot at goal here in the match, and we've had well over half an hour, 32 minutes in fact, as Philippe Beto, the man who scored 12 points in France's 20-3 win over Romania, including a couple of penalties, a conversion and a try, will attempt this first penalty shot of the game, and it's a long one, just about on halfway.
The referee, if anything, seems a little reluctant to give penalties, preferring to let things resolve themselves.
Struck it pretty well. Yes. A little bit of luck for Philippe Beto. Bounced it in off the post. But France have their first points in the game. It's a long kick. And just watch as it glances in on the left-hand upright for France's first points in the game. Crowley with the restart. Good kick by Crowley. The All Blacks had time to get there. Condom took it in for France though. 15 metres in French territory. Babizier, Lescabura. Jock Hobbs with the challenge. Green, 10 metres out from his own 22. Looks like a good kick, this one from Craig Green. Carminati. Hobbs to Kirk. Now Boddicker. Oh, nice sidestep. Looked like a late tackle. And indeed it was, I think. No, the referee has said that it's a fair catch for Beto. It was certainly marginal. That's the halfway line, just to the left, so 5 metres in French territory. Fitzpatrick for the All Blacks. Once again, the pushing is going on. The referee indicating a shoulder use that time. And this should be a penalty attempt by Crowley. So the All Blacks now have the opportunity to cancel out the penalty just landed by Beto. It'll be a long one, but Kieran Crowley, I think, well capable of landing them from this distance. Kieran Crowley, a superb punt that time. Apologies for the loss of sound there. Steve McDowell at the front of the All Black lineout. Wayne Shelford at 2. Then Gary Whitten. Recovered by McDowell. Referee wants a scrum in 15 metres.
That one was so crooked, De Broca could have almost taken it himself at halfback on the full.
Controlled by Shelford. Kirk. Boddicker looking for Kerwin. Oh, nice run by Boddicker. Kerwin. Here's a chance. Kerwin. Support there from Gary Whitten. 10 metres out. John Drake trying to play halfback. Now the Frenchman on the burst for Champ. Good shoulder charge by Arthur Stone, but the referee didn't like the way the All Blacks went in. But what a run by firstly Frauno Boddicker, then John Kerwin. And the All Blacks, with one exception, have looked more likely in the match to score tries. And the only time that France really looked likely was from a quick kick-off. There's the new man on the French side, that's Hervé Chabowski. Murray Pearce showing the battle scars. Gary Whitten went high. Champ gathered it though. Berbizier, Lescabura, Bonival. Good tackle. Salah. Beto. The All Blacks just a little bit slow to get up, but when they did, the tackling was good. All Blacks conceding 10 metres. Well, that was a foolish error, because it's certainly now within Beto's distance. Can't be too far away from half-time. All Blacks leading by 6 points to 3. Opportunity now for France, though, to draw level. Perrault so far 1 from 1. Again, he struck it well. Pushed it right that time. So the All Blacks breathe a sigh of relief. And the referee blows the whistle for half-time. So the first 40 minutes of the test match completed. No tries. Gets it underway for France. The All Blacks ahead at half-time by 6 points to 3. Kieran Crowley, the man who started the scoring in the match, with a drop goal. Arthur Stone dropped the other goal for the All Blacks, and Philippe Berraud the penalty for France. So the first line out of the second half will be 8 metres in All Black territory. Once again the French looking to the back. Brewer that time got high, but it's on the French side. Good driving play here. Rodriguez just out from the 22. Berbizier, Champ, Lescabora, Bonival, Salah, Philippe Salah. Well, what a start by the French. A prodigious try scorer in Test rugby, Philippe Salah. And France ahead now by 7 points to 6. Let's have a look at it. It was a magnificent drive by the forwards which set it up. Rodriguez leading the charge up to the 22. And watch for Eric Champ to run onto it. And the backs were lined out to his right. Bonival, Salah looked as though he might be overwhelmed, but just managed to stretch and get it down in the corner for France's and the game's first try. Perrault, poor kick. But the All Blacks really caught napping, I think, in the very first minute of the second half, Michael.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine a worse start, but I think they'll be coming right back into it.
Frano Boddicker from halfway as the sun comes out for the first time in the game. Good work by Pearce. Here's a charge from Wayne Shelford. He's been fairly quiet so far in the match. Jock Hobbs there on the 22-metre line. Lost forward though by Hobbs. Good charging run by Wayne Shelford. Good work initially though by Murray Pearce, who's contesting the kickoff. .22-metre line of French territory. Berbizier. Good shot by the All Blacks. Held by Carminati. The kick from Serge Blanco. Metres up from the 22 in French territory. France with that try by Salah hit the front for the first time in the match. Good tap by Pearce. Kirk away to Boddicker. To Stone. Not a particularly good kick by Arthur Stone. The All Blacks need to regain it, and Brewer got high and got it back for the All Blacks. Now Kirk to Boddicker. Stone again. Holds it up nicely for Boddicker. Crowley ranging wide. And the flag went up very quickly. In fact, it's been extended on the All Black side. Roger Quittenden has come in. Now, I didn't see anything happen there, but obviously Roger Quittenden did. He's going to call out Frano Boddicker. Let's have a look here. Crowley threw it back in field, and one of the Frenchmen bit the dust. And possibly Frano Boddicker involved. He's certainly the player that has been called out. Meantime, Alain Carminati, the number 8 forward, has received a bump. Dominic Urbani is onto the field. Alain Carminati is off. Meantime, the penalty by Les Kabura takes play to 50 metres inside French territory. So Carminati leaves the field. Urbani has replaced him. So not much relief for the All Blacks. Dominic Urbani is a tall player, back at number 6 in the line-out. Gary Wetton went high, and the All Blacks have got a penalty, offside against the French. Kieran Crowley will attempt to put the All Blacks back in front. The All Blacks certainly need to re-establish themselves now, having been hit hard in the first minute of the second half by that try by Salah. Urbani, a vastly experienced player, so the French really lose very little by him coming onto the field. Kieran Crowley, good kick. 10 points to 7, 9 points to 7, the All Blacks lead. So the All Blacks back in front. Les Kabura. Been a very gutsy performance by Kieran Crowley today. Another long punt. Bebizier lining it up. 15 metres in his own territory. Must have been close to knocking it on. And Crowley gets another opportunity to find touch. And he doesn't miss this time. There is Dominic Urbani onto the field in place of Alain Carminati. This line out is 13 metres on the All Black side of halfway. We're busy here. French doing well at the line outs. This time, though, I don't think it was straight. Scrums, once again, are a real problem here in the second half. A tight head apiece. The All Blacks had theirs from the very first scrum of the match. Big shove from the French. Charging away with it is Wayne Shelford for New Zealand. The All Blacks were moving forward, made a couple of metres. Good scrum this time from the All Blacks. Kirk to Stone. This has Blanco scrambling back, and also Berro. And a fine kick by Arthur Stone, driving it in behind the French backs, who were up very flat. And the All Blacks swing back onto attack and lead by 9 points to 7. Arthur Stone, the man in fact who made his test debut at this very stadium back in 1981. Good lead by Laurier this time for France, but the All Blacks have somehow moved it onto their side, but the referee has seen an infringement. Lescabur, a big punt, but not finding touch. Not a very good kick from Craig Green, straight down to Berbizier. Support from Champ. Well held by the All Blacks, but he turned well, Champ. But look at the drive coming from the All Blacks. They've certainly made ground here and should get the put in. And indeed they will. Champ's body position wasn't particularly good. He was standing high, and the All Blacks got in low and drove him back. Ten-metre line, French territory. Boddicker coming blind. Plenty of pace, Frano Boddicker. Good run from Boddicker. Through two of them. Craig Green tries to keep it in. Kirk to Stone. Oh, there was a line up there. Oh, that was illegal play by Laurier. Now that has to be penalised. Deliberate booting of the man on the ground. And I'm not sure that the referee's going to take any notice. No, France have the penalty. Salah. Good tackle by Stanley. Frano Boddicker got tackled without the ball, and the referee's just letting it go a little too much. Laurier palpably kicking Arthur Stone on the ground. And it won't be surprising if Arthur Stone receives some attention. I think Jock Hobbs has indicated All Black territory. Kirk for John Kerwin to run onto, but there's a penalty here. Man offside is Champ, who does some very good things, Eric Champ, but he gets penalised a lot. This is 5 metres in All Black territory. All Blacks lead by 9 points to 7. About 10 minutes gone. Good kick here by Kirk. Here Barney calling for it. Brewer is the man penalised. Quickly taken by Berbizier. Salah, Lescabura, Blanco, Berro. Just out from the 22 All Black territory. David Kirk finally got his boot to it. But the French wishing to make the game fluid. And the All Blacks have to be very, very careful. Mike Brewer was the man penalised for pushing the Frenchman before he got there, but quite frankly, there wasn't much else that Brewer could do. He was heading for the ball, and there were Frenchmen everywhere. They're busy here. 12 metres out from the 22 in All Black territory. Kirk. Barrow slipped. All Blacks streaming through. Could be problems here for the French. Barrow. 10-metre line in French territory. All Blacks there in bulk. (9-7) the All Blacks lead. On the side of the scrum in the second half, Steve McDowell against Jean-Pierre Garouet, the man who had the dubious distinction of being sent off in a test against Ireland in '84. Must be offside against the French. And the referee says knock on. Some of the rulings from Steve Stridham, just a little bit hard to understand. And I think the actions of the referee perhaps summed it all up there. They're busy here. Here Barney playing in the back of the scrum now. Brewer is onside. Shelford. Oh, lost control of it, Wayne Shelford. He's disappointed, in fact, even annoyed there. Well, Mike Brewer was retiring, so he was perfectly within his rights to take that pass. This is the 22-metre line of French territory. Berbizier holding better this time in the scrum. Blanco, they're coming from everywhere, the All Blacks. Kieran Crowley. Quick throw to Stone. Looked to be straight. Stone's kick coming down just near the 22. Taken down by Dubroca. And Roger Quittenden has said that the ball was out. I wouldn't mind seeing a replay. We probably won't, though. Meantime, an injury to one of the Helbaya Barney, Berbizier, Lescabura, missing out Salah, Bonival to Blanco, Andrieu, good tackle Joe Stanley, and Stanley's tackling today has been quite outstanding. Quickly taken by the All Blacks, and a penalty this time goes to the All Blacks. Ball goes to Kieran Crowley. He'll look for his touchline. All Blacks still haven't scored a try in the match. Kieran Crowley with a drop goal and a penalty. Arthur Stone a drop goal, and for France, Betterow a penalty. Salah a try. Ten-metre line just to the left of the French line-out. That's in French territory. Berbizier. All Blacks losing control of it. Don't think the referee spotted it that time, though. Boddicker to Stone. Craig Green. All Blacks quickly there. Good play, recovering secondary phase ball. Boddicker. Kerwin. Boddicker again. Support from Kirk. Tackling strong from the French. Quickly thrown again by Fitzpatrick. Good tactic from the All Blacks. Stone to Stanley. Oh, that's a strong run. Joe Stanley looking for the support. Green. Lost forward though by the All Blacks. Well, Joe Stanley, straight through he went. There are Frenchmen lying everywhere. 22-metre line French territory. About 15 minutes gone in the second half. 9-7 the All Blacks lead. And the referee has simply had enough. Just remains to be seen now whether he can be consistent on that point when the All Blacks go to put the ball in. Jean-Patrick Lescabura, a man who wouldn't have happy memories about playing in New Zealand. Alain Laurier with Fitzpatrick the throw. Good jump by Murray Pearce. There are Frenchmen on the wrong side of the line-out. There it is for Kirk. Boddicker. Stone. Lobbed it up for Crowley. Support there from Jock Hobbs. Wayne Shelford there as well. All Blacks controlling it well. Boddicker to Stone. Boddicker doubling. Just couldn't transfer it to Joe Stanley. Well, good play from the All Blacks. Just probing, looking for the gaps. Injury. Arthur Stone, or is it? Yes, it is Arthur Stone. Berbizier. This time it's Berbizier with the kick. Not a good one. Crowley in position. Not finding touch, Crowley. Blanco. Kicked it a bit far, I think. John Kerwin lines it up. Awkward one for John Kerwin. The ball swirling around. Coming up to the halfway mark now on the second spell. 9 points to 7. It's going to be a cliffhanger, this one. The French have the only try so far through Philippe Salah. Berbizier. Not straight. That was fairly obvious.
It was only about a yard crooked, but still the crowd weren't happy at all.
10-metre line in All Black territory. Berbizier right through on David Kirk. Good little run by Kirk. Now can he find John Kerwin, who's leaning on his right? John Kerwin. And no. So close for John Kerwin. What a break by David Kirk. Look at him side through. It was always going to be a pass to Kerwin, but the French defence really stretching across. Close to the line. All Blacks in after it. Knocked on by the French. So here's another opportunity for the All Blacks. All Blacks want to make this scrum a good one. Once again, the scrum has collapsed. Any idea what the move might be, Michael?
Well, it looks like it could be the Auckland loop the loop.
Came on the All Black side, controlled by Shelford. Strong scrum from the All Blacks. Shelford! Wayne Shelford on his test debut.
Yeah, it looked as if they were going to work the blind side with Kirk doubling on Kerwin, but they managed to gain superiority in the scrum and get a pushover try.
Let's have another look at it. A fine scrum from the All Blacks. It bounced off a French leg. It was almost a tight head. But then look at the control from the All Black forwards. Berbizier was offside, but Shelford grabbed it off him. And look at the power from Wayne Shelford. Dives through and scores the try. "13 points to 7. That's the 6-point margin for the All Blacks, and if Kieran Crowley can land this one, the All Blacks will have an 8-point lead. Bad miss from Kieran Crowley, but still the All Blacks have a 13-7 lead. And we're more than halfway through the second half. Leskabura. Crowley this time deciding against the long kick downfield. And there'll be a restart from the 22. Frano Bodega looking for the long one. Man in front. Craig Green is the man pointed to. So the French really have a lot of options here. Centre field on the 22. Lescabura standing almost directly behind the scrum. Iabani to Berbizier. Blanco miscued it, and it went out on the full. All Blacks defence sound on the blind side. Blanco is down. Probably more embarrassment than anything else. Quickly thrown again by the All Blacks. Good take again by Pearce, dominating near the front of the line out now. And that's good play by the All Blacks. Good throw by Fitzpatrick, well taken by Pearce, and the clearance from David Kirk. Alain Laurier near the front of the line out. The French have been using at the back though. Brewer getting high, but Iabani to the 10-metre line in All Black territory. Berbizier. Blanco. Oh, that's a useful kick. All Blacks now having to absorb some pressure. Sean Fitzpatrick, a vital throw this one. Oh, free jump for Iabani, but the All Blacks have a free kick. French arguing, but the All Blacks will kick for touch. Didn't hit it particularly well, Kieran Crowley. But 10 metres out from the 22.
Couldn't have come at a better time there, Grant, the free kick.
Pushing going on at the back of the line-out. There's the line-out, but the referee had already made the decision as Iabani dived across. Champ against Brewer. Champ is a little taller. Salah under pressure from the All Blacks. 10 metres out from the 22. Good, strong driving again by the New Zealand side. And they'll get the put in. The All Blacks just a little lower of their body position. Once the French have the ball, the All Blacks get in low and drive them back. Kirk in centre field. Steve Stridham wants David Kirk to get the ball in quickly. Kirk to Crowley, inside the 22. Good powerful punt again from Kieran Crowley. The All Blacks leading by 13 points to 7. Murray Pearce has gone right to the back of the line-out now to mark Eric Champ. Again coming on the French side. Fitzpatrick, a good run. Nicely set for Kirk. Boddicker, Stone, Stanley. Couldn't transfer at that time. Andrieux, good tackle from Brewer. But the ball lost forward by the All Blacks. Berbizier, centre field. French territory. Lescabura to Blanco running wide. Has the ball from Andrieux. Champ there. Tackling good by the All Blacks. Lost forward. The All Blacks just caught temporarily, but they recovered well with some strong tackling. Time running out for the French. Kirk didn't lose it forward. Blanco, and that's a good kick by David Kirk. Blanco could only run it into touch.
The French tight five noticeably slowing down at the moment.
Again, the All Blacks keeping it very fluid now, the game. They quickly have it into the line out. Really starting to find their form now, the All Blacks. Kirk trying to catch the French backline offside. Kerwin. Hobbs there again. He'll need to get some support, and here's an opportunity. Played on the ground by the French.
No, I think it was actually I think it was Rodriguez that came right round the All Black side and took the ball, and easy to see, but the French crowd just don't believe it.
Well, the referee was pointing to his knee. I don't know whether maybe a knee went in. Whatever it was, it's a very vital penalty, this one, for Kieran Crowley. He likes it, Kieran Crowley. 16 points to 7. So the All Blacks now have a 9-point lead in the game. And the French may just be struggling to get back into this one. About 8 or 9 minutes to go. Les Gabura. Crowley this time opting for the kick to touch. Oh, that's a mighty punt by Kieran Crowley. Thrown in by Babizier, but the touch judge's flag has gone up a long way downfield. The All Blacks have opted for the scrum. The ball thrown in from the incorrect position. Kirk, Berbizier was there quickly, and Kirk lost it forward. Match Wayne Shelford will remember for a long time his test debut. He scored the All Blacks' only try so far. Here's a good scrum from the All Blacks. And Eric Champ is again the man who has been penalised. Kieran Crowley may well look at the goalpost from here. No, he's decided to, it's too far. The All Blacks chasing onto the high kick from David Kirk. Henrieux waits. Knocked forward by Henrieux. 16-7. The All Blacks lead after leading 6-3 at half-time. Kirk on the 22. Boddicker. Kerwin. Stood well. Shelford. Loose forwards all there. Kirk again. Boddicker. Knocked on by Frono Boddicker. Just lapsing in concentration there. Time running out for the French. 6 or 7 minutes to go. Babizier. Blanco just out from his 22. Henrieux. Fairly weak effort by Marc Henrieux. confronted by John Kerwin. All he could do was hack it out on the full. Again, quickly thrown Fitzpatrick, tapped by Urbani. Urbani knocked it forward. Nothing much going right for the French now, and this is often the way.
They're starting to panic a little bit as they realise time's running out, and they're 9 points in arrears.
12 metres in French territory. All Blacks scrum has got better as the match has progressed. Kerwin on Andrea. Kerwin. Support from Gary Wetton. Referee in quickly again. All Black ball. David Kirk has had a very good second half for those darting runs down the blind side. Berbizier close to being offside. Shelford support from Brewer. Makes a couple of metres, Mike Brewer. Kirk. Now he needs the rest of the forwards to get there. Kirk. Accidentally offside. Just twisted into one of his own players who was a little bit ahead of him. One of the All Blacks requiring some attention. Bit difficult to see. Well, it's the All Blacks put in. Quick change of decision by the referee. Shelford confronted by Champ. Strong play by Wayne Shelford. Referee very quickly on the whistle as soon as the players went to ground. But the All Blacks continue to push forward. Three or 4 metres out. Again, the big scrum. Shelford looking for Brewer. Good body position from Mike Brewer. Now it's there for Kirk. To Bodicott. Crowley. Oh, lovely hands from Kieran Crowley. Craig Green, just a couple of metres out. It was head high. A head high tackle. Craig Green has gone down, and it'll be a penalty to the All Blacks. The French now 12 points down. And it's unrealistic to expect them to score 3 times and still win the game. The All Blacks seem to have this one in the bag.
One could say, Richard, that the rooster is cooked.
One could. Serge Blanco with a restart. Gary Wetton took it well. The All Blacks now playing with confidence. Ball on the ground. This time, though, it's French ball. Eric Bonival pointing towards an injury in centre field. Lescabura it is, Jean-Patrick Lescabura.
I hope the boys down at the Hara Club
just need a couple of minutes now to see out this test victory. Blanco is the new first 5'8", does make a very good job of it. 15 metres out from the 22, and the All Blacks should get the put in here. Rather sick and sorry sight. Jean-Patrick Lescabura. May not be time for Frank Mesnel to get onto the field. Well, France have the put in. I could have sworn the All Blacks were going forward. Blanco. Salah. Strong runner, Philippe Salah. Been turned on the All Black side. There it is, though. Berbizier. Blanco. Champ standing out in the centres. This time Henrieux. Running back towards the All Black forwards. Salah again. Near the 22. Blanco. That was forward. The French trying everything now. Time is almost up. Frank Mesnel waiting to get onto the field. Shades perhaps of Marty Berry in the final test against Australia, getting on for maybe a minute. David Kirk clears. Now the referee has realised that the replacement is available and ready to go on.
What thing?
10-metre line, All Black territory. All Blacks ahead by 19 points to 7. Bebizier. Mesnel gets a run. Oh, good run. Here, Barney, the other replacement, knocked it on. Referee letting play continue. In fact, he indicated it was a knock-on, but he's let it go. Hacked ahead by Jock Hobbs. Champ to Andrieux. Opening up here for the French. Joe Stanley again. Fine tackle by Stanley. Dubrock up. There it is again. Andrieux. Mesnel. Good tackle by Stone, but he was offside. I don't think the All Blacks will be terribly worried about that. The French are beaten in the game. No point in kicking for goal. Bebizier. Bebizier, Champ. 6 or 7 metres out. Bebizier again, Dubrock up. Trying to get through Jock Hobbs. Dubrock up. Very close. No. Half a stone. Thumped to the ground by Salab. But the whistle had gone just a second or two earlier. Have a look at this again. Dubrock, the captain, crashing towards the posts. Must have been centimetres away. So the French have a final chance here. The All Blacks looking for a big shove. Bebizier, Mesnel, almost there. Tried to rabbit his way through. French getting close again. Impossible to tell for referee Steve Stridham. Time must be up. 19 points to 7. The French looking for a consolation try. Conversation between Bebizier, Mesnel. Now the scrum is set. Here Barney holding now, Bebizier. Blanco. Hacked away by Craig Green. Controlled by Champ. Knock on in there though. Referee checks the watch. That's it. That's it. And the All Blacks have won the first test here at Toulouse by 19 points to 7. Just one try apiece in the match, but a very good second half from the All Blacks. Largely left alone. More ball for the All Blacks. They've had plenty. Stone again through the first tackle. Good support from Kirk. Boddicker. Blanco's outside his 22. Oh, he did it well. Not out though. Crowley. Kept it nicely in play. Carminati. Strong. And Kieran Crowley is down, and he doesn't look too well, Kieran Crowley. With Eric Champ. This line out, 10 metres out from the 22. Oh, good take by Murray Pearce. Boddicker to Stone. Good support from Fitzpatrick. The All Blacks going backwards. That's a good run though by Sean Fitzpatrick. The tackling though is solid. Still no score on the game. Plenty of movement, though, in the first 8 or 9 minutes.
The French loose forwards getting up very quickly on the centres at the moment, Grant.
Once again, the French looking to the back of the line-out where Champ wins it. Bebizier looked as he knocked it on just slightly. John Kerwin inside the 22. The ground just a little bit on the soft side. Very heavy dews here, and there's been no wind at all to dry the ground out. Bebizier, 15 metres out from the All Black 22. Good leap by Rodriguez that time. Bebizier, Lescabura, still no sign of using the backs. Coming down just out from the 22. Controlled by Hobbs. Back to David Kirk. This won't find touch. Blanco. Serge Blanco missing touch on that occasion, but he's a real danger man for the All Blacks. Another injury as the All Blacks retire into a little huddle. He demand play to continue. Tubrocka trying to take it in, but it was knocked forward. The All Blacks have done well on the set pieces so far in the match. "12 minutes gone in the game, still no score." John Drake on the tight head side for the All Blacks, not prepared to go down until the All Blacks scrum is set. Thrown by Craig Green wasn't allowed. Well, first tight head for the All Blacks. Very good scrum indeed. Kirk with the kick, and that's a fine start by the New Zealand scrum.
No, they couldn't have wished for a better start in the scrumming, Grant.
So this line out, that's halfway just to the left. So this line out 5 metres in French territory. Jock Hobbs at the back of the line out for the All Blacks. Good jump by Laurier, untidy though for Dubrocka. And that's the problem the French have. They have their hooker standing in a half-back position from the line-outs. The All Blacks have called for a short line-out here, leaving Murray Pearce and Mike Brewer with Gary Wetton standing in at half-back. So on the 10-metre line of French territory. Oh, lovely jump by Wetton, but he left the ball behind. Referee has the arm extended in French favour. Lescabura looking for his 22. Jean-Patrick Lescabura, the man who was under a real cloud a couple of days ago for this test match. Standing outside him is Philippe Salah. That's the halfway line for this next line out. The All Blacks this time have a full line-outs with Fitzpatrick to throw. Good ball for the All Blacks. Boddicker, first time he's touched it. This will come down just out from the 22. Stone up there for the All Blacks. Wayne Shelford almost had it. Right on the 22. Lost forward though by the All Blacks. Arthur Stone bursting towards the line. Just the second scrum of the match. The All Blacks made a very good start. John Drake on this tight head side for the All Blacks against Shabalski. And the All Blacks have been penalised. Pushing over the mark, Lescabura. So Steve Stridham is not interested in scrums that move over the mark or collapse. No score so far in the game. Sean Fitzpatrick for the All Blacks. Murray Pearce, or Gary Whitner was got a hand to it. Now Bodicap to Stone. Well, the crowd don't like it, but that time it was the French who were pushing forward over the mark. Kieran Crowley coming forward. He looks recovered now from that very hard knock he took 3 or 4 minutes ago. French still playing with 14 men. Blanco is still off the field. There's Alain Lorieux jumping at number 2 in the line-out. Wayne Shelford, in fact, has come forward. Steve McDowell standing in the front of the line-out for the All Blacks. That's the 10-metre line just to the right in French territory. Blanco is back on the field. Berbizier pushing and shoving at the back. And it wasn't thrown in straight. But there's plenty of pushing going on at the back of the line out there. Eight metres in French territory. Once again, the French trying to put the scrum down before the All Blacks are ready. Tight head apiece now. One for De Broca this time. And the All Blacks have been penalised. And David Kirk, I think, is the man who's been sorted out by the referee.
It was actually Berbizier that knocked it out of David's hand in the scrum then.
Here's Bonival having a run. First time I've seen the French backs in action. And it was knocked on by Bonival. That's the halfway line. Just to the right. About 20 metres in from touch. Well, the scrums really are a shambles in the first 13 or 14 minutes. That's a better one from the All Blacks. Shelford to Kirk. Oh, Craig Green. Quite away from Carminati. Looked to be knocked forward by Murray Pearce. But a nicely worked move by the All Blacks, and Craig Green on the burst. Berbizier on his own 10-metre line. Scrum will have to be set again. Still no score in the game. Good strong scrum by the All Blacks. Steve McDowell getting the better that time of Gunaway. But the French still controlling it. But the All Blacks are penalised. Well, there'll be some hold-up even yet because the band is still on the field. And now they're moving off. So it takes some time to get a match underway here in France.
I guess Grant once again was sort of running on French time.
There's a key man on the All Black side, John Kerwin. On the right wing side, he'll be clashing with Marc-Andre Yeux. And away we go in the first test match here in Toulouse with Kieran Crowley starting for the All Blacks. Taken in by Champ for France, 10 metres out from the 22. Well delivered to Berbizier, back to Jean-Patrick Lescabura. That's a poor kick. Kieran Crowley has plenty of room to move. This will come down about the 10-metre line of French territory. Grabbed by Salah, strong tackle there by Arthur Stone, right in centre field. Again there for Berbizier, Lescabura. This is Blanco. And that's a fine kick by Blanco. So straight away the French swing on to attack. Quick throw in by the All Blacks. Good thinking by Craig Green. But Steve Stridham has blown the whistle. And as he allowed the throw in, I think he possibly said it didn't go 5 metres. Let's just have a look at some of these players for you on the line-out. The French are very tall at the back. Number 6, Eric Champ. In front of him, number 8 is Alain Caminati, the man in his second test match. And once again, the French are using the tactic of the halfback throwing the ball into the line-out. Now, the referees changed the decision, and of course we have the scrum. So obviously the scrum. Andre Yeux rather half-heartedly. Kieran Crowley in good position, has support from Boddicker. Well worked by those two, and that's a powerful kick by Frano Boddicker. And our first chance really to see the players across on this side of the field. There's Sean Fitzpatrick. 5 minutes gone, no score in the game. And the French persisting with the tactic which we've seen from them in recent years of using their halfback to feed the line-out. Mike Brewer against Eric Shaw. Here's Murray Pearce. He has support either way. Released it to Gary Wetton. Arthur Stone there. 15 metres out the All Blacks. They'll need it quickly. Kirk to Boddicker. Here's Stanley. Craig Green. Stanley again. 5 metres out the All Blacks. Berbizier to Dubroca. And the French hold the All Blacks out, but only just.
Excellent support play up the middle there by the two locks. Grant. Just a little unlucky not to finish it off in the corner.
So the All Blacks have had the better of the play in the first 6 or 7 minutes. They're just 7 or 8 metres out. Sean Fitzpatrick. Good leap again by Brewer. More ball for the All Blacks. Boddicker to Stone. Here's John Kerwin. Stone has it again though. Good strong play by Arthur Stone. The forwards supporting well. There it is for Kirk. Boddicker. Green is well held. Gary Wetton was there, but it went forward. Well, the All Blacks certainly hammering away in the early stages. There's an injury in the All Black backline. It's Arthur Stone who's gone down, and he certainly figured very prominently in the last couple of minutes. But a very promising start, Michael, by this All Black side.
Territorial advantage, converting this into points on the board.
Looks like an ankle injury, Arthur Stone, but back into position now. Important scrum, this one for France. They're only 12 metres from their own line, already having conceded a tight hit in the game. Oh, another big scrum from the All Blacks. Caminati holding it to Lescabura. I think we'll see a lot of Lescabura's boot today. Seems to be the way these days in French rugby with their marvellous backs.